What's up everybody, Jameson Redding here, Road Trip Angler. I've made the long haul from my house in North Carolina to Florida to fish in the mangroves for some snook and tarpon with my good buddy Chris Funk. So hopefully we can find some fish.
Are we having fun yet?
We are now! Spiders, why do they have to be spiders?
What kind of Indiana Jones bullcrap is that? Woo! Oh, there's one.
That's a full grown one, Chris.
To hit the state line, yeah, we travel like a freight line. Drop the kayak in and drop a bait down. We make it easier than 1, 2, 3. You want the tips, want the tricks with the ones to see. Ooh-wee! Cause everybody wants to fish, but can't nobody make the trips. But don't trip, cause we gon' make it when you can't miss out. Road trip angle, only thing we need is a route, no doubt.
All right.
And we're off.
You know, when we travel to different locations, we usually have a species in mind, and we do down here in Florida, but one of the cool things about it is that we can actually go out and fish both saltwater and freshwater. But one of the unique things is, well, other than maybe Texas, Florida is really the only place in the country that you can catch snook. And snook are very aggressive. They're literally designed so that they can feed up. Like, I don't know if there's a better creature to throw a topwater bait at, but seeing a big, massive explosion from a snook is awesome.
This water is like
Gin clear.
bath water.
Let's see how salty it tastes.
It wasn't very.
No, it's pretty fresh.
This is gonna be another one of the things where like literally everything looks fishy.
I'm kind of game to just even grab a hold of you and let's beat it all the way down to the end of this.
I draw the line.
What?
Oh, you talking, I'm sorry. You had me at grab a hold.
Clip that to your doohickey up there. And
You clip it to my
I
doohickey.
don't have to climb all the way
No,
up there.
you gonna be driving right up there by it. You big goose.
No, I ain't doing it that way. You're not understanding. That's all I need to do right there.
I feel like I'm a dog on a leash now. Good boy.
And we're off. This way we can talk. Otherwise you're way back there and I can't talk to you.
When you think about people that you want to spend time with, there's usually, you know, a common denominator. One of the things that Chris and I have is that we just really enjoy being outside. He's an amazing wildlife photographer. He's just an outdoorsman through and through. He knows more about birds and animals than anyone I've ever met. And we hit it off right away from the first time that we ever hung out and the first time that we ever spent time on the water together. And quickly he became one of my best friends, and we have got to go on so many different awesome adventures throughout the years, and we just always have a great time.
We just got to the area that we want to start fishing, where this little canal we were going down opens up into kind of a broader flat with mangroves lining both sides. And we really don't know what to expect. It's the first time for both of us to be here, so we're just going to try a few different things and both try something different to really see if we can develop some type of pattern, find some fish, see what they're keying in on. One of us hopefully will get a bite, and then we can coordinate on what's working. So dividing and conquering is what we're doing right now. Come on.
What?
My weedless bait is stuck in the weeds.
I was hoping it was stuck in a fish.
No.
You skip a bait back in it, nothing even follows it out.
Yeah, we ain't found fish yet, I don't feel like. Not like what we're looking for anyway.
When we first put in, everything said this is awesome. I mean, it had the mangroves, it had the beautiful water, but what we noticed quickly was there was no life. We weren't spooking fish, we weren't spooking mullet, we weren't seeing things, we weren't seeing birds in the trees. And it wasn't until a pretty good distance down that we actually caught the first fish, and it was one of the Mayan cichlids. And they're a freshwater fish, so we need to get to some saltier water.
It wasn't the target species for this part of the adventure, but still, when something's that beautiful, you just can't resist, you know, taking a minute just to admire it. Thank you, pal. Now go catch the right thing.
I have fished in this section of Florida in the past, but we're saltwater fishing. And with saltwater fish, they're not always in the same place that they were a week ago, 6 months ago, a year ago. After spending a little bit of time in that location, I just wasn't getting the warm and fuzzies. So I pulled out my cell phone and I started looking at the map. But as I'm looking at the map, I'm thinking, okay, we can actually maybe go through some of these mangrove tunnels and work our way further and further away from the fresh water and get to water that should have more salt in it. Look, I don't mind working to find fish. That's part of it. You don't always find them immediately, and sometimes you have to put a pattern together. You have to cover water, you have to move fast until you start seeing something that makes you think, hey, this is where they might be at. But I don't know if I want to do it when I have to deal with literally thousands of spiders. So Chris is a lot braver than I realized, and he was willing to go first through the tunnels and clear a lot of the spider webs out of the way.
Normal mangrove tunnels are awesome. The hard part is if they get super tight. I mean, you got to break your paddle in half and just use it more like a one-ended paddle just to get through, because sometimes they'll be just as wide as your boat. These tunnels, for whatever reason, had become infested with an invasive spider, and that tunnel was like a solid 2 miles of spider webs. That I've never in my life seen anything like that.
Oh my gosh, there's hundreds of them. That's the stuff nightmares are made out of.
I think I'm pretty brave most of the time, but spiders, I don't know, man. So using Chris as a human shield to, you know, take charge and maybe even take my place on the chopping block, yeah, I'm okay with that.
Oh my gosh.
Dude,
I don't like it.
what kind of Indiana Jones bullcrap is that?
Spiders, why do they have to be spiders?
You didn't say there's like 2,000 spiders and they're all at face height.
If you added all the spiders that I have ever seen in my entire life together, they would not add up to this amount of spiders that I saw in this one day. As we kept pushing back deeper and deeper and deeper through these mangrove tunnels, we started seeing some birds. We had not seen any birds for literally like 5 or 6 miles, and we knew that we had finally got to the location where the fish were.
Probably one of my favorite things about birds is they will literally let you know what the environment is doing. So if you see a bunch of shorebirds standing on the bank, you better believe there's something to eat there, which means there's a predatory fish on the other side looking at them.
There he is, something. Oh, goodness gracious. That is a gnarly, slimy, stinking rascal, and a ton of fun.
A lot of people don't target ladyfish. They're not known as a food fish. They're not known as anything special or spectacular. They're just considered a trash fish, but man, I hate that term.
He is happy catching the smallest fish, the largest fish. He doesn't care what species it is. If it swims and it'll bite a lure, he's okay catching it.
When you put that thing back on a hook, put him out there, something to eat him. There's no trash fish. If it can pull a drag and jump, I mean, no, there's no such thing as a trash fish in my book. I will catch anything that swims and smile about it.
That was fun anyway.
I don't know how he does it. I do think it's because he doesn't have those expectations on him, and sometimes I put, you know, too much expectation on myself and what I'm trying to do.
Ugh. Why, Chris? Why? How are they missing it? They got big old bucket mouths, I don't get it.
All right, well, at least it was fun.
Oh my gosh. Bro, that was a giant.
All right, Jameson's gonna get mad at me if I don't start playing with some snook.
Calm down.
Somehow or another, Chris is able to both catch those ladyfish, but then figure out a way, while catching the ladyfish, to find a snook.
Oh, there's a fish. Oh, good snook. Oh,
Snook?
yep.
Good one too.
I'm sitting here thinking they were done and you're catching.
That's a much better fish. And that was, I wasn't confident back here in that ultra clear, but I knew with these two current seams that they, you know, that we had that, you had that one really good blow up here. All right, thank you. Yeah, give us a jump. That'll work.
We got ladyfish going crazy, snook going crazy, Chris Funk going crazy. There's got to be a big one in here though. Oh my gosh! No, he cut me off. No. Oh, the pain. I was not prepared for that to happen at all. I'd be lying if I said that missing a fish doesn't get under my skin. You might be catching fish, you might be catching a lot of fish even, and catching nice fish, but there's always gonna be that one that gets away, and it's gonna haunt you, whether it's a blow up that you miss, or you hook it and the hook pulls, or you hook it and it breaks you off. There is always gonna be the one that got away, and that is definitely what happened on this trip.
Oh
my God. Birds.
Yep.
That's a full grown one, Chris. No. Whew, under the motor. He cut me off on the motor.
Oh no, that was a big fish. Dang. Did he get you on the gill plate?
I don't know. He went under my boat. I was trying to get the net, man, because he was so big.
I'm sorry, pal. All right, so maybe in that time when Jameson was stepping on his lower lip after losing that monster snook, I could have sat there and mourned with him, but I did happen to cast 2 or 3 times and caught 2 snook while he was over there mopping up his tears. And I felt bad for him, I did, but I didn't feel bad enough to not fish.
These gills, this is what you have to watch out for. The operculum right here is like a razor. I mean, it'll slice you and it'll cut, 40-pound fluoro, it'll cut anything you got. And what happens is the line gets behind it and it just clips it clean off. Just like using a pair of scissors.
Yes.
Jameson, something! I got a big snook!
As I'm sitting there just letting it all sink in that I just lost the best snook of the trip, Chris is behind me actually catching snook.
Snook are kind of like a saltwater bass. They hit the same stuff, they hit the same style. They will hit the top water, but they know how to use everything in their environment, whether it's a barnacle-covered log or a piling. I mean, if you hook a good snook and you get him to your boat, you did something. Because I promise you, they don't fight fair, and they will use everything to their advantage.
What a beauty. He crushed it. Just measured him 23 on the dot. All right, let's get you back home. Woo, thank you. What a gorgeous, hold that thumb. All right, thank you. Man.
I want to cry. That would have been my biggest snook ever if I had landed that fish. I feel like we could go back and fish all that water we kind of ran across fast though.
I'm good with that. You the pro.
You're out fishing me.
I am. Old blind squirrel find an acorn every once in a while, even if he's only half blind.
And you're blind, that's even worse. Getting my butt kicked by old one-eyed Willie over here.
Oh my gosh, he came all the way out of the water. That's a good fish too.
One of the things when I was fighting that bigger snook is I wanted to try to get it in the net. So I wanted to get the net out for that big fish, but because I hadn't really caught or hooked any big fish up until that point, I hadn't really staged that net properly and it wasn't easy for me to access. So I was prepared for every single fish after that and I had that net at the ready.
I'm not fooling around now. I got my net ready.
Are we having fun yet?
We are now. Yeah.
Love it.
So I was really worried I was gonna lose this fish, and I didn't. I got it in, so a little bit of redemption from earlier. Still would love to have seen that and held that fish from earlier. I think he could have ate this one, but I'll take that guy any day of the week. It's a nice snook. I'm gonna get this guy back in the water, see if we can't get another one. Bottom of the 9th. Base is loaded. I'm gonna power fish the crap out of this bank. Let's see if I can't get a big boy to blow up. Oh my gosh. When you least expect it. Oh, it's a big boy. Oh, big boy. I don't know how much bigger or if he's bigger, but he's big. No, don't run there. I don't like it when they go under the boat. Oh my gosh. Woo!
Attaboy, Jameson!
Bro, this is a huge one.
Attaboy!
Ah! I would say this is redemption for sure. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. I wasn't paying attention at all and was just literally, that was the last cast. I was going to catch up with Chris. And look what ate this thing. Oh my goodness. And this is why you come to the southern tip of Florida and fish in the glades. Because you never know. Gosh, that's a beautiful snook.
I'm not always going to fish places where it's a guarantee. I'm not always going to fish in an area where someone has prior knowledge or we know that the fish are already there. But what I am always doing is going on an adventure. I'm exploring new water. I'm trying to figure out locations that maybe I've been to and maybe I haven't been to. And I'm always having a great time with great people doing that exploration and going on that adventure.
That's all part of the adventure. If you don't end up with something crazy like forgotten batteries or spiders or a snake dropping in the boat or a gator splashing in the water beside you, have you really had an adventure?
It has been an amazing trip out here chasing snook in the saltwater down here in Florida with Chris. And there were a lot of highs and a lot of lows, but man, you gotta come down here, you gotta check this place out. The sun's setting, we gotta get back to the truck. If you like watching this content, please subscribe, comment below what you'd like to see. And as always, thanks for watching.